I was at work last night, and it came to my attention that, he was going live. So, I clicked on the live or whatever just to, see what was going on or whatever. And lo and behold, the entire live was about little old me, Real Ken's TV 859. Donta took it upon himself to do a reaction live video along with young lady Kiki. I'm not very familiar with her. Beautiful young lady, but I'm not familiar with her. And essentially attempted to, I guess, dissect everything that I said. If you're all not familiar with the video, go to my channel, check it out. Basically, I was just exposing the Donta Show Network. Now, it's crazy because he's looking at me in the beginning of the video, right? And, they're clowning, they joking back and forth. I don't know this guy. I've never seen this guy a day in my life. So I'm looking and I'm watching the live because I actually watched it in its entirety once I got off work. Now, see, Donta is very, very strategic. Now, the reason I say that is this. The people that were on the live, he never really gave them an opportunity to fully listen to the video. Because every time, like, he would play a clip from the video, 10, 15, 20 seconds of me talking, then he would talk 5-10 minutes. So it was like you had to kind of piece the video together to make it seem as though you see what I'm saying? Like he was just breaking down everything. So the only way you was really gonna catch exactly what I was saying is to go to my channel and watch the actual video in its entirety. First of all, Don, I'm sorry. Blade Pusher. I'm staying. I keep getting your name. Donta Show Network. I have no reason to get on here and lie to anybody. I'm definitely not clout chasing. I don't do anything. That's the last thing I'm going to do is talk, negative about somebody, just for some views. And yeah, don't get me wrong. I'd like to get my views up, but I always stress on my channel, I want to do it the right way. I don't want to do any clout chasing, anything like that. I want my viewers to naturally fool with Real Ken's TV 859. Tune in to see me, to see what I have to say. I don't want any paid for views. I don't want any, controversial, views or what have you. But I had to respond to this because Donta was just, he really sounds like a fool. If you go back and watch his live last night, the Donta Show Network, watch his live. And see just how many times he contradicts himself. How many times he's like, I don't know this guy, man. That never happened. But I don't know, maybe it did happen. He was obviously there. It sounds very familiar. But I don't know this guy. This guy's obviously infatuated with me. This guy, no. Let me give you all a backstory as far as why I decided to let you all know that Donta's not who he says he is. At least from what I've seen. Maybe in the other prisons that he was supposedly at, I don't know. But when I was locked up with him, I told you all exactly what I seen. And if you didn't catch the video, like I said, go to my channel and check it out. Donta has only had his channel for a couple years from what I understand. Okay. Now, the young lady Kiki was like, oh, so you all just happen to run into each other, in Kentucky. We have a couple mutual friends, Donta said he'd been out of prison for like 11 years. I ran into Donta years ago, and, we exchanged numbers, kept in touch, but we didn't talk every day. We didn't, ever hook up and go kick it, go to the club or, anything like that. We just, oftentimes when you meet somebody in prison, y'all get cool. You continue that friendship on the outside world if they on the up and up. Now, if they're not on the up and up or you're not on the up and up, then it's not a good mixture. So when I ran into Donta, he didn't even have a YouTube channel. And if he did by chance, he didn't mention it to me. I didn't know anything of a YouTube channel. So when the young lady Kiki was like, she was part of his live last night, as I mentioned earlier. She was like, oh, so you all just happen to run into each other. Like I said, we have some mutual friends. Donta he frequents Kentucky. I know he used to. I don't know how often he comes down here now, but he used to frequent Kentucky quite often. So, you know, we did have some contact or what have you, and nothing of YouTube was ever mentioned. Heck, back then I wasn't even watching YouTube like that. I started watching Big Hurt, fresh out prison series, and that's what initially got me into watching prison content. Then I ran across Jay Williams. Once I ran across Jay Williams, I was all the way in it. So those two individuals I watched every day pretty much, or on a regular, because Jay, he don't drop every day. But I watched on a regular basis. Never did I go at either one of them. Never did I put any smut on their names. You know, so that's not even my style. Now, with this Donta guy, I'm sorry, Donta. I keep saying Donta, but, you know, it's Donta. You're not familiar with him, go check his channel out. He got a nice, successful channel, Donta Show Network. I'm going to give that to him, you know. I wish him success. I don't wish anybody any sort of harm. I don't have any problems with him. If I see him, to me, it's still all love. We just, you know, we having a little disagreement, but it's on the internet. You see what I'm saying? It's nothing physical. It's nothing. I don't want to do any harm to him. I'm sure he don't want to do any harm to me, but I don't know, because he is the blade pusher. Hey, Don, you got your blade out here? Your pens that you used to carry around, you know, your ink pens that you snuck in, because, you know, in prison they give you like the little small flimsy pens. Somehow he snuck his actual pens in, so maybe that's what he meant by saying he's the blade pusher. I don't know, but at any rate, like I said, we have mutual friends or what have you, and how I stumbled upon Donta was I actually seen him. I watched Hustler Spirit 502. If you're not familiar, Hustler Spirit 502 featuring Big Lee and Fleece Johnson. We're in the same state, the great Kentucky. You know what I mean? Home of the Wildcats. Well, they home of the Louisville Cardinals, but nevertheless, it's all love. You see what I'm saying? So I watch Fleece Johnson and Big Lee all the time. One day I'm watching, I think they went live, and Donta calls in the show, and I'm like, Donta? My dog Donta? So I go back and I look, and I'm like, whoa, that's Donta, you know, from the joint or whatever. So I get to looking at his numbers. I'm like, wow, that's impressive, man. This guy's really, really, you know, making something, you know, out of himself. I called the number that I had, but heck, it had been years. I knew that number probably still didn't work, but, you know, I still had him in my phone. Number didn't work. To be expected. You know, like I said, it had been some years since I seen him. So I reached out to him. What's up, Donta? You know what I'm saying? Get at me or whatever. It took me a few times before he, took me a couple times, then he responded to me. So, you know, we had a couple correspondences back and forth or what have you. And he was supposed to get with me on some things. You know, we were supposed to actually, you know, work together. He stopped answering my emails or whatever. So I'm like, okay, no problem, man. You know, I didn't feel it's business. You know, we supposed to do some business together. Maybe he's busy, because Donta, he got a lot of stuff going on from what I understand, you know, business wise or whatever. So I was like, okay, it wasn't even a big, I ain't say nothing. I didn't have a right to say anything. But then here's the key. Like I said, we got two mutual friends. So no, he never came like on his actual channel. So for the people, his, you know, his fans or what have you, that, oh, I never heard him mention anything about Real Kids TV. He has a lot of videos, so I never heard him on the actual video mention my name, but it was getting back to me through the mutual friends, some of the things that he was saying. And I'm gonna keep that, you know, there's no need to go into exactly what he was saying, but I feel some type of way about it. Once again, I reach out to him, hit him up on Instagram, whatever. Oh, Donta don't want to reach back at this point. Okay. Cool. It's still kind of cool. You know, I'm feeling like, dang, man, but I'm not upset. I'm still not upset. I just wanted to ask him, like, Donta, did you say these things? And if you did, well, I mean, why? Why would you, you know, I didn't do anything to you, man. You know what I'm saying? You came at me about, you know, the business we were supposed to handle. I reached out to you, but you came at me about some business we were supposed to handle. And he never reached back or whatever, so cool. I still didn't bash him. I didn't, you know, nothing to bash. I get to looking at his videos, and Donta's a very, very entertaining person. He'll pull you in. He'll lure you in. You see what I'm saying? So it may start here, but next thing you know, you're here. So I'm looking at the videos, and I'm looking at more and more videos, and I'm like, hold on, no. These people are totally fooled by Donta. So I'm like, no, it definitely wasn't like that. Now and again, I wasn't in prison with Donta anywhere else but in Kentucky. So I made it my duty to let the people know, like, listen, man, this guy, I never called him a fraud. I never called him fake. I just said that I feel as though he exaggerates vastly, to say the least. He definitely exaggerates his stories. I think that, as I said in my video yesterday, he sits around and watches these prison movies, and he listens to other people who have actually, served hard time, and he comes up with these stories. He comes up with these characters. One person in my comments was like, why don't you start using the names? If you use people's names, that will actually, it keeps the audience engaged more. And sometimes I do use names, but I rarely use real names, because you have to understand, you'll run across a person and you've told a story about them and use their real name, and they see you out on the streets, and it's like, bro, you went online and said this about me when we was locked up or whatever. So that's why oftentimes I choose not to use names, and if I do, I'll use a fictitious name, but the stories are totally 100% legit. So, like I said, I get to looking at his videos, and I'm like, come on, Donta, man. Like, you are really, really, really doing the most. There's a such thing as going a little bit overboard, but you're doing the most. Now, do I think his stories have some validity, some truth? Yeah, I do. I don't think he's just, making up a story from start to finish. But the guy is very, very humbling, entertaining. It's easy to like him. Like, for instance, he starts his live out last night by saying, first of all, and I'm paraphrasing, I'm not, it's not word for word, but first of all, I'd like to apologize for anyone in the prison system that I've ever done anything to. Anyone that I've ever hurt, anyone that I've ever extorted, anyone that I've ever pushed that blade on, I'd like to apologize. It was a long time ago. I've changed my life since then. I no longer live like that. I don't remember you ever living like that. Just to be perfectly honest. This guy calls himself the blade pusher. He'll really have you thinking that he was walking around with them things. Understand this. There's definitely knives on the yard. And you got some people who are brave enough to, keep the thing on them. But 9 times out of 10, it's not on you. You might have it buried on the yard somewhere, hidden somewhere close by to you, so that anything jumps off, the yard goes up, okay, you can get to it. But to just think that this guy was just walking around with them things on him, no. Again, from what I seen, I didn't see none of that. I went on to tell a story about how I seen him handle his business a couple times. I seen him get busy. I seen him use his hands. I seen him, but one of the times he was with 2 other dudes, 2 gorillas, 6'2" or better, 220, 230. I'm talking about dudes was like real live, get down with the get down, as far as, with the hands or whatever. So, yeah, I seen that. Then another time, he hit somebody in the back of the head with a tray that wasn't looking. But, hey, all's fair in fighting, right? So I can't really say, oh, well, you give him a fair one or whatever. I mean, the dude had approached him in an inappropriate manner the previous day or the previous morning. And so, Donta did what he had to do to handle that. And for Miss Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? I'm gonna address you, but I'm gonna address you I'm gonna address you in this manner, a respectful manner. And I'm addressing Donta respectfully. I kind of feel sorry for Miss Kiki because she's embellishing all these stories that Donta's feeding her. You know, she's never been incarcerated. She doesn't know anything about the prison system, which is a great thing. Excuse me, y'all. Hey, Dante. Yesterday I was I had my cup with me, and you said, "Oh, look at him. He's not even drinking anything. Look at the motion of the cup. Look at how he's hold on, freeze it right there. Okay, watch. Ain't nothing in the cup. Looks like you you watching me a little close, Dante. You know, sounds a little, I don't know, it's a little questionable to me. How you watch a grown man and how he drinks, what he drinks in this cup. Anything in this cup, Dante? Which is his tea, by the way. But so yeah, the guys, you know, looking at me, watching me drink my cup and freezing the camera, and they sitting there laughing and joking, and see, this guy, he's not even really drinking anything. Okay. But at any rate, you know, this guy Dante, Miss Kiki, he's not who he says he is. You're very intelligent, I can tell. And for you to sit back and listen to this story that he told, I know in your mind as an intelligent woman, you was like, well, Dante, he said this earlier. Then Dante, you said that earlier. Now you saying you don't know him. Now you saying, see, when I tell my version, you know why it's so believable? Because it's the truth. It's the truth. Everything that I said is the truth. I have no reason to get on here and lie on Dante. I'm not a clout chaser. You see what I'm saying? But the people must know. The people must know, Dante, that you are definitely not that guy. You might be that guy, but you're not that guy that you're proclaiming. You know, like I said, you handle your business on the yard. You know, you got some dudes with you, or you ain't gonna let nobody just run up on you and take your commissary or anything like that. So yeah. But all of that stuff that you was talking, and then the stuff that you was talking to Fleece, I thought that it was really funny. Y'all check that out on my channel as well. Dante Show Network pulls up on Fleece Johnson. That was funny. But when I really, really listened to it, I laughed and I laughed. But then when I went back and looked at your older videos, some of your videos, it was like, whoa, this guy's really proclaiming to be, you know, that Dante. So Miss Kiki goes on to talk about how I was wearing the same colors as Dante, and I was infatuated with Dante, and I've watched all of his videos, and I didn't watch all his videos. I seen a few of his videos. I seen more than a few, maybe, I don't know, 5 or 6 of his videos. And after the first one, I was just like, come on, man. But they entertaining. They're entertaining. They'll have you, you know, on the edge of your seat. So yeah, I watched some of his videos, but I didn't watch all of his videos. And like I said, we ran into each other because we have mutual friends. She also made a comment about I just happened to be in the chow hall line 2 days in a row, but typically I don't eat chow. Well, I don't. Things happen. Coincidences happen. You know, I went to chow that day. And now when I say I don't eat chow, I typically don't eat breakfast. So that morning I went, I think they had the sausage and eggs. And then the next morning I went, they had the pancakes. I don't have to be meddling. She was like, oh, well, he pays it, you know, he minds his business. How can you cannot not see that in a chow hall line. There's no way that you can not see what's going on. So you can be looking away or whatever, but you're gonna, you know, you're gonna see what's going on. Some of what's going on. So I wasn't following Dante. I wasn't, you know, I have no reason to get on here and well, Dante seems like he wants to be your best friend. No. Let me tell you how prison works. When you're locked up, man, some people call it program. We call it rec. Either or. You rec. So just because you hang with this group of people, they may not do necessarily what you do. You know, they may not play poker. They may not, you know, play basketball. They may not, you know, do the parlay tickets and bet on the games or whatever. So sometimes you rec. So, you know, me and Dante, we were rec. You know, when I said ping pong, I was just using ping pong like as an example. When she got to talking about we was playing pickleball and all of that stuff. I never played pickleball. But as far as like the poker table, as far as like the parlay tickets, when you're betting on the games, shooting basketball, playing Monopoly, playing chess. I was pretty good in chess back then. you know, just anything, tonk or whatever. We would just compete against each other. You know, at the end of the day, he go to his dorm, I go to mine. We wasn't best of friends, or we was cool, we was cordial. You want me today? Yeah, I want you. Shoot, it could be Uno. You know, so yeah, we just competed against each other. That's all it was. We programmed, we wrecked. That's it. No, we wasn't best of friends. I had my people that I kicked it with. He had his people that he kicked it with. You know, one thing about me, I keep it all the way real. Then he said, I had to been real to be where we was at. I ain't never been in no violent prison. I mean, all prisons are violent. Don't get me wrong. Any prison is violent. I seen the worst beating that I think I've ever seen at a work camp, at a low level, you know, work camp. So any prison that you in is violent. In Kentucky, they call it behind the fence. If you behind the fence, then, you know, you got killers, you got people that's never going home, you got people 1,000 years, you got lifers, you got, you know, people doing 25 to life or whatever. So, you know, I've been behind the fence a few times or whatever, but it's nothing that I'm glorifying, trying to brag about. I wasn't, you know, pushing that blade on nobody. I was just being me. The same way that you see me on the video, that's how I am in everyday life. That's how I was locked up. You know, I got in some fights. I didn't win them all, didn't lose them all. You know, but I stood my ground. I held my own. And people knew, okay, he gonna take up for himself. That's all people want to see. Take up for yourself. But running in somebody's cell and taking their bags, although that does happen, although I've seen it happen, I never had those issues because I was all right. You see what I'm saying? Not to say that it couldn't have happened. You got 3 dudes running your cell and they got that thing on them. A couple of them got that thing on them. What you gonna do? A good run beat a bad stance any day. But best believe it's not gonna continue to happen. You know, fair exchange ain't never been considered a robbery. It's an old saying. Fair exchange has never been considered a robbery. But I never had those issues. And he mentioned, it looked like somebody I may have done something to. I think I was extorting him. I mean, Miss Kiki, just look at the guys all over the place with this story. All over the place. Then he'll never say exactly where he was at. He'll never say where he's at. Well, I don't want to say it because I still got some people in there, and I don't want you know, someone to possibly see this video and then it gets them into, you know, some sort of trouble. That's basically what he was saying. Listen, man. Not necessarily get them into some sort of trouble, but let's rewind. I'm not editing right now, so I do the manual rewind. But I don't want to give out all the secrets. This is Donta talking. I don't want to give out all the secrets because I still got some people in there, and you know, if I give out these secrets or whatever, then it could hurt them and they, you know, they business, what they doing. That's essentially what he was saying. The guy went on to say that he was making, I don't know, $1,000 a day locked up, something like that, $1,200 a day. Again, that does happen. You got some guys that's really, really in there getting to the bag, man, you know, but I don't think he was one of them. But again, I wasn't at every spot that he was at. It just seems like this guy's a superhero. You see what I'm saying? Like in my video that I did yesterday, I told about a situation where dude owed $60-70 after the poker game. Donta was like, you know, and I told that Donta went to the dorm to collect his money. Donta was like, man, I don't do that. I got runners. Yeah, he did have runners. He did have runners. But this particular situation, you came to the door. Now, the reason I said Miss Kiki was like, well, first he said that he was supposed to give you $10, but then you saying it was $60 or vice versa. What it was, dude told Donta, listen, man, I got $10 for you right now. You know what I'm saying? And then we can work something out, hopefully. Because, like, the way the prison poker games work, if you cool with an individual or, like, if you've been playing poker for a long time, right? People know that you got bread. They might be like, okay, you owe 60. Here, man, just give me 30. You see what I'm saying? Now, everybody don't do that. Don't get me wrong. That's a unique situation. Like me, that's how I do. I use it to wreck. You know, I use it to kill time. Yeah, I want to, you know, win some items and things like that. But $60, all right, man, just give me 30, man. Just give me 40. I'll give you a break. You see what I'm saying? But some people, they want every dollar, every dime, you know. And there's nothing wrong with that. You play, you gamble, you lose, you pay. Simple as that. So that was the reason that I said when he came to the door, and he was like, you didn't even give me my $10. because the dude said, I got 10 for you right now, and then we can work something out on the other end. But Donta makes it like, oh man, you couldn't even get close to me, like he's a Floyd Mayweather or somebody, like he just walks around and he got, you know, one dude in front of him, two dudes on the side, and one dude behind him. Pause. Double pause. Triple pause. Because, you know, it wasn't that type of program with him. So, you know, I need to make that clear. But the guy acts as though he was just some superhero, like, you know how in the prison movies, the older prison movies, you go in the dude's cell, he got the cell all decked out, he got the recliner chair, the big screen on the wall, he's on a cell phone, he got a couple goons around him, surrounding him with the plush rugs and got the beads hanging up from. That's how Donta really portrays himself, like he was just really a kingpin. Like he was living like a kingpin in prison. I don't do that, I gotta run us. Okay, it does happen. It does happen because you don't want to, and he made sense as far as you don't want to mess up the money. I'm providing for this person, that person, I'm the bag, I'm the money. So I can't get my hands dirty. I got to get somebody else to do this. Yeah. But that's not the life he was living in there. So therefore, he wasn't doing that. Like I said, he watches way, way too many movies, you know. And this is all just internet to me, man. I don't got no problem with Donta for real. I can see him right now and what's up, Donta? How you doing, man? You see what I'm saying? So it's nothing like that. So you all in the comments or whatever, chill out. It's not that type of party, man. You see what I'm saying? It's not that type of party whatsoever. But the guy goes from the very beginning of the video to he don't know me. So I look familiar. So maybe I do know him. You know what? I think I do. Yeah, I do. 90% of what he's saying is probably true, but the other 10% of what he's saying is, I don't know. This is what he says. So now you go from you don't know me to 90% of what I'm saying is the truth. Come on, Donta. You know what I mean? Tell the people what it really was. Yeah, you gonna fight. Like I said, I bigged him up in the video. I didn't even say nothing bad about it. I didn't say anything that was disrespectful. I didn't say anything that made it seem as though, you know, he was in prison getting punked or anything like that, because he wasn't. He wasn't. Now, that would be clout chasing. If I got on here and just told a blatant lie and was like, yeah, let me tell y'all about Donta, man. He, you know, they was beating him up. They was taking his stuff. They was, you know, punking him out of the phone. That's clout chasing. Donta, I still got something in the, you know, since you say I like to act as though I'm actually drinking something out of the cup. So now you can see it. Pause. But yeah, I definitely just wanted to get on here and address that live that he did last night. I actually jumped on the live. But like I said, I was at work. So, you know, I sent a couple messages or whatever. And, you know, it's just what it is. And Donta, I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you this, man. If you keep running it, I'm going to bring him emails out. Yeah, I'm going to bring him emails out. Since you didn't know me, since you didn't know who I was, I'm going to show the people the emails. Guess what Donta going to say? Oh, man, it ain't no proof that it was me. It could have been anybody. He got an answer for everything. Donta got an answer and a solution for everything. I'm going to bring him emails out, man. I don't want to go there. Man. But I will. You've commented on my videos before, but yet you don't know who this guy is. So Miss Kiki, when you say, oh, well, he just happens to be on this live because I was subscribed to his channel, I was proud of him. When I seen the Fleece Johnson interview that they did, I was proud of him, man. I'm like, man, my dude's really out here, you know, he's really out here getting it. So if you're friends with somebody and, you know, the notification comes down, Donta's going live. Oh, Donta's going live. Then I see my picture. So bet your bottom dollar I'm going to check it out. See what's going on or whatever. You know what I mean? Make no mistake about it. I'm from Kentucky. Not Maryland. Ain't nothing wrong with Maryland, D.C. or whatever. But I'm from Kentucky. You hopefully Donta and I, we can come to some sort of understanding. We don't have to work together. It'll be cool. But if we don't, that's cool too. You know what I mean? Like, we'll come to some sort of understanding and get this behind us. Like I said, this is just internet. I have no problem with Donta. You know, I got a problem with him calling himself the Blade Pusher. But hey, your fans like it. I love it. You know what I mean? One person was like, so he didn't, said something to the effect of, so he really didn't have no blood at the end of his knife. I don't know. I never seen it. You know, he said he pushed that blade in me. That's what he said. I don't know. It's not that deep, Donta. I don't want no smoke. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see the blade pusher. You got enough issues when Fleece runs into you. Yeah, don't get it twisted. Just because Fleece is a little older. Fleece Johnson's one of them type guys, man, that's older, but he's just still strong. You know, I would imagine. Like your granddaddy or somebody like that. That's, you know, he's older, but he's still a firm handshake, squeeze your hand. You know, so you got bigger problems than real Kens, because Kens don't got no problems. Kens don't got no problems with Donta Show Network. I definitely appreciate you shouting me out, though. I will say that. I appreciate you shouting me out. You know, a couple of your people's been over to my channel and, you know, heckled me a little bit, but that's okay. It's all good, man. You know what I mean? It's all good. But yeah, Donta, we need to go on and just debt this. You know what I mean? Because I want to get back to making my regular content. I don't got time to be sitting around. You know, I made the video initially, but I don't want to keep making videos and responding to your videos. You know what I'm saying? To what you're saying, knowing that it's not true. Hey, at the end of the day, like I said, if your fans like it and you putting on the show and hey, keep doing what you do. Just know that if you're real, you're going to keep it real. But if you fake, then you phony. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. If you're real, you're going to keep it real. Again, I'm not saying I'm going to say this 1,000,000 times because I wasn't always with him. I'm just telling you all what I seen. That's when you know a person is telling the truth. When I seen, you know, you get real, you get real proper. I didn't see that, Donta. I didn't see that side of Tay Don. Why do I keep calling this guy Tay Don? That is so rude to me. I apologize. I don't mean to keep calling you Tay Don Blade Push. Real Kens TV, man. Hopefully you all like the video. Feel free to comment, definitely share, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Be sure to hit that post notification so anytime I bring you this action and this heat, guess what? You're amongst the first to receive. Donta, get at me, man. Be adult about this. Be adults about this, big boy.